Hello, everybody. Welcome to FMA Talk Live. I'm your host, Datu Tim. My co-host is on the way. This will be the debut of season 4. And hello, Mr. Wolf. How you doing? Get my mouse at the right spot. There we go. What's up? Okay. So, a lot of things going on. Not gonna ruin it for you. BG Ty's got some things, nothing major, but he's got some things he's going to be talking about probably and how he's doing. Because as we all know, as we talked about in the show, that he was getting hip surgery. So he's coming back from an appointment. So he was about 5 minutes from the house. So that means he'll be on about 10. And then we are in the money. Look at this here. I got all this new money that came in today. Look at that. Oh, I got to do it this way. I got a lot of Benjamins, baby. Then they're special. They're red. And then I got gold Benjamins. Got to make it rain. Okay. Okay. Upcoming shows on FMA discussion. Oops. I'm at FMA Talk. You're such a smart aleck, you. Oh my goodness. But look, got more. I'm just stalling. I mean, really, that's it. I can talk about some stuff, and then and of course, you know what they say. I find it's not the truth, but I like to propagate some things. You know what they say is, once you go black, you don't go back, right? Well, I went black, and I went gold, and then I went red. I got someone messaging me all day long here. Let me find out what's going on here. What this one is. Oh, no. I'll have to message him and say, hey, because that's one of my acquaintances, and I'm in the middle of a podcast. I'll have to message him that. But look at that. I got all this. I got all that. Rough life. Let me see here. What we got here? We have Mr. Terrell Richardson. He and I had a very good conversation on the way back from Avon, Connecticut this weekend. Matt Joe's OMG. You're kind of familiar. Yep. So Matt was actually at the seminar this weekend. How's my sound, by the way? Of course, Mr. Franco attended the seminar. We had a blast. There's some cool things coming down the pike. He's also doing some fundraising. Maybe we can get him on the show for about 5 minutes. Hey, Dean, can you hop on right now, actually? Hey, looking forward to our friends that we'll be seeing overseas, Matt. It's not kicking my ass last year. It's okay. Good evening, Master Parsons. Yeah, well, Dean, let me see if I can do this real quick here. Copied. Actually, I'll do it this way. I'll do it another way. I talk weird when I'm doing weird stuff. And we're actually broadcasting on Instagram these days. That's kind of crazy. So we'll see I don't know how that's going to go overall. Yeah, it doesn't sound good no matter which way I say it. So let's do this. I'll take this down here. Let's see. I'll put up Dean here. So, Dean, I just sent it to you via Facebook Messenger. And I'll do this here. I'll do this there. There we go. David Foggy, how you doing, sir? Oh, that sounds like my man. There it is, the other host of FMA Talk.
I know. Like, what's going on here?
There's so much stuff we don't know what's going on. Life is
crazy. Yeah. So it was obviously great to see you over the weekend.
Yeah, yeah. So let me see. Let me just dial a couple things. So I taught a seminar over at Avon, Connecticut, at the Avon Campo and Aikido Academy, owned by the Violantes. And Dean's not that far away. So Dean stopped by.
Yeah.
And generally when I'm there, if he's in town, Dean will stop by, which is great because I always love hanging out with Dean. Audio's fine. Your seminar was very educational. It was great. And from Master Parsons, he says, "Hi, Guru Dean. Look at that."
Hey, Rich. I hope you're doing well.
So, yeah. So, hey, Dean.
What we got going on there?
Well, this is how I got paid this weekend.
Oh,
Look at this. Do you get paid like that? Look at that.
No, I can't say I have.
Look at it. I mean, come on. Look at this. I mean, this is awesome. This ain't worth shit.
Looks good though. Yeah.
I do little gifts with. So it's in Vegas. Was it in Vegas? Yes. And I saw like we were at a place that it was they did a poker shop in a mall, and this is really cool. So we bought a couple, brought them back, and then I'm like, I want more. I want different. I put it on my refrigerator. I got those little holders, and I'm like, okay, I paid way too much for this. And then I found a place where I got really inexpensive. Actually, these Amazon are really, really, at a fair price, and of course some of them Amazon has them in stock, others that comes in from overseas. But let me see here. Oh, what's up? Lumpa. Doing well. About money. Okay. So listen. So Ty is going to be on in a moment. But you're doing a fundraiser, and here's the thing. So when we were talking this weekend, someone actually was Dean told me that someone was like, "Why are you working with FMA Talk? Like it's all in the community. It's all. This is no different than us doing martial arts together."
Who was asking that?
Oh, hold on a second. I'm turning on my microphone. Can you say something there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. So I need to get I've got a new layout here.
So somebody was asking you why I'm with FMA Talk?
Well, why we do stuff together.
Oh, somebody was asking that. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm like, dude, we're all one big happy dysfunctional
Why do people do seminars together?
Yeah, same thing. So our shows are similar but different. We talk about the same ideas but different groups of people.
Actually,
and we cross-pollinate.
Yes, and actually we're going to be doing something in February, which I think is going to be a very interesting, compelling topic, more theme-oriented, me and you. I don't want to give it away, but
no. Oh, and by the way, the other host is here.
Who's that? Wait. Come on now. Wait.
Oh, he's got a shillelagh now. Look at that. You don't need Doyle or whatever you got. Yeah, whoever you got Ty. He uses a cane on a daily basis.
It's always nice to see PG Ty, and I can relate to the hip replacement. I have one done, so I hope it's going well.
I'm like a new, the newly minted double hippie.
There we go, double hippie. And let me see. Good evening. Okay. Nazir says,
hi there, sir. That's Nasir.
Yeah, and then it says Rich is all PG Ty. Matt, ooh, don't talk that guy. He has no hair. So
if they would have got my candidate, 4 years ago, then you guys none of you would have hair.
Yeah.
Or be alive.
Wait, I don't want to take away from your guys' show. So
no. What I want to do is I wanted to have you on real quick to talk about the project that you're working on, helping out some people that I've made a donation to. And
yes, and thank you for this. So basically, there's been some time since FMA Discussions done a raffle, just due to a few reasons in that. But I'm so happy to be getting back into this. And so basically, I think it's going to occur. I'm hoping, I don't want to wait long, but I would like to get it going like first Sunday in March. So basically, what we do is, like any other raffle previously that we've done, we get folks to donate stuff. So the donations could be anything from, if you have weapons around the house that you're not using, to collecting dust, certainly those. Donating lessons, whether it's actual online in-person lessons, whatever you do, or video content. If you have that, you can certainly donate that. Books, if you've published a couple books, you can certainly donate those. I will say this though, on the lessons, something you might want to think about doing, because you could very well get students after you do it. They might like and see your content, that one-on-one, and like you, and maybe just weren't aware of what you taught. And now because they won this, they get to see you in action, your methodology, whatever style you teach, and you might get a student out of it. I have donated lessons I'm doing this time in various arts, and I picked up a few students. So it's just something for instructors to think out there. Donate that. And what it is so it's pinned in FMA discussion. So if you go in there, you'll see the pinned post. And under there, you'll see in the comment section what folks have donated so far. So all you need to do is just go in there and just put in what you'd like to donate. And eventually, though, I'm going to need pictures of all the donations. So when we do raffle them off, I can show when I do the live raffle what you're actually winning and what was donated. So we will be organizing this and kicking those off very shortly with a specific date, time, and how to purchase the tickets.
Now, for the record, I donated two things. One is a free pass to any of the hybrid seminars I teach, the virtual seminars, whether you happen to come to Buffalo and attend it, or if you just do it online. And of course, if you do it online, I don't charge extra for training partners. The other thing is I've donated a private lesson, which could also be, it'd be a 1 hour private lesson, which you could use for yourself, you and a partner, or if you wanted me to do a virtual class for your school, a seminar, we can make it that as well. You could utilize it however you want. This is to help our friends in the Philippines. And here's the thing. For those who don't know, it's important that our channels get monetized. Now you're going to say, why? You need to make money? I do, but monetization on the scale that we're at is not going to make anything.
Oh my gosh. No, I can tell you that.
But here's the thing. Once a channel becomes eligible for monetization, YouTube starts pushing it to the foreground, which means our voice, Dean's voice, Ty's voice, my voice, starts being heard by more people. And part of what we talk about are seminars. We've got a couple coming up, which we're not going to talk about today. Hey, actually, I'm going to do something right now. So I'm hosting the World FMA Championships October 2025, October 3rd through 5th. And I wanted to do this on the phone, but screw that. That's not how I roll. Dean Frankel, will you be the first person to agree to teach at our event?
All right.
I'm sorry, what's this now?
The World Filipino Martial Arts Championships will be held here in Buffalo, New York. We'll also have seminars and training events. And I'd like you to be the first person I invite publicly to teach at this event.
Be humbled and honored.
Boom, the first person who agreed to do this, because listen, I know I'm going to have Ty there. I'm going to do a little something.
That's wait. Ty, wait.
You snuck that by him really well. That was good.
You like that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I didn't want to really. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay,
well, we got that feud. It's low key.
Yeah, it's Loki. I watched him the other day on TV. So, but anyways, so there we go. We have it. Dean Franco is the first person that is committed to teach at the FMA World Championships here in the Buffalo Niagara area in 2025 October.
2025. Wow. Okay.
I've got multiple teams from the Philippines already reaching out to me about this event.
Oh, that's fantastic. Wow.
Yeah, and I'll be meeting with dignitaries on the next couple trips, because I'm going now in February, or almost now, and I'm planning on going in July during the World the week half championships. The Worlds are going to be in July. So there you go.
Can I just I just want to mention some of the going back to the raffle there. So
Right.
what kind of got this going was we just ironically received Money Channel in. So I made a post saying, hey, Money Channel's coming in. If you know of any masters that are in rough shape, what have you, please private message me and all that. So I got I think about 5 or so responses. So all right, so basically what I did was, instead of getting very literal to 5 different people, I figured, okay, let me do this. I'm going to give all of it to the first person, which happened to be who is Nene Tortal. But I'm thinking,
Good
like,
friend of ours.
Yeah, I'm thinking like these other 4, gosh, I just feel bad leaving them out. So then I was like, you know what? It's time to do a raffle. So that's kind of what got the raffle idea.
Is it okay for you to name the other names that you want to raise money for?
Yeah, I don't. So the other names are. Let me just get my phone here. One is Billy Brown. His wife. There's been some stuff going on, unfortunately. So just bear with me. I'm pulling it up. But Billy Brown being one of them.
Are these all people in the Philippines?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
But I'm going to be able to tell you that now. No, that's the donations. Crapola. I'm gonna have to find it because the only thing I pinned was the actual.
Not a problem.
But anyway, I'll have to find that out. But yeah, there were a few. A couple of them.
Tortal was one of the people that we were concerned about, and
Who's that?
Nene Tortal.
Yeah. And again, that was the first message I received. But there are a few. But the one that came to mind was Billy Brown. So there are a few.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do is, we're gonna be doing this, and then at the end, depending on how much we collect, certainly then we're gonna divvy up. So I urge folks, the raffle tickets are not expensive. You're helping out folks that are in need. I mean, when I say not expensive, like $5 a ticket. I mean,
that's nothing.
You know what I mean? So even if you bought like 2, you're in the pay, $10 goes a long way over there. And so I just urge people that are watching here or have seen this in FMA discussion, please, if you can, definitely donate. It's a great cause. Some of these guys are getting older, unfortunately, and just some are just in tough financial shape to begin with.
Okay. So let me get caught up with some comments before you take off, because some people actually settle. So let me see here. Jackie's Bradbury says, good evening. Danny says the 3 amigos. So we know
offered to help. So Danny, shout out the coach. He's going to be helping as well. So
good. Nathan Porter gave us a cool and a thumbs up. Invisible Ghost. Okay, you can always donate 1 song.
Actually, I wanted to talk about that. If you could come on and do a karaoke, I think that would really sell tickets. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, no tickets for me to shut up.
I'm buying 4 tickets right there, just to let you know. So if you want to do Wheel in the Sky.
Wheel in the Sky, there we go. Okay, well, we can get back to that. Morgan says that he's a very old donate.
Lloyd. And Lloyd. I would Lloyd and Eric. I would actually love that.
Okay, and then Brock, I understand Dean's hurry to leave. I'd be worried too if he was sandwiched between the Datu and PG tie.
Right. That is concerning.
Hey, Brock, are you coming up this weekend for the Pontoon seminar if the weather is all right? Then, hey, look, then of course, our friend Mike says hello. He and I had a good conversation the other day. Of course, this is the reason why I wanted you to wait, Dean, because it's Gents and Tim.
There you go.
Renee.
Hey, Renee.
Darren says hello. Raffle pics of Tim.
That would probably sell well too. I have a few.
He's got all those. He's got those screenshots of me. So
is that with or without the targets?
And then Dean is Marcelo. No, he's not. Renee, how do I pay? So you're gonna have everything set up for that, right?
Yeah. So basically, the flyer desk can be created. We'll have the date, the time that the actual raffle is taking place. how much the tickets are, and of course, where to pay for the tickets. Absolutely.
Okay, so Invisible Ghost says, pay him to stop singing. And Renee says,
No,
then,
he
we
does.
got, let me say, I'll be doing a Zoom teaching donations as well.
Yeah, Coach
Renee
Danny.
says, I'll pay $100 for Tim to sing, but it'll be
See?
Canadian. So that means you'll end up owing money.
I was gonna say 100 what?
Datu dartboard photos. There we go. That would probably sell a lot. That would probably be
I
your
think
big
the
motivator.
singing is what I could get the most money.
No, I think right there, the dartboards. I think that's the number one.
Yeah,
But listen, hey, Dean, thanks for stopping on for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Thanks for
And Happy New Year belated again.
yes,
agreeing to come to the World Filipino Martial Arts Championships. Tentatively, Dean has agreed to come to the Arnis camp this year. He's going to be one of our guests. Got to double check because the weekend before we're in New Hampshire and all this other stuff. So
yeah,
we'll have to see what's going on there.
Let you know sooner than later. Yep.
Yeah, and there might be some options. There might be some incentives coming up. I just need to verify some things.
Okay.
So a lot of things in the work. Dean and I've got some projects. Ty and I've got projects. There's projects everywhere. A lot of good announcements coming up, and I don't want to ruin any of them.
And plus, you guys will coming on February for that interesting topic on FMA discussion.
Yeah, we'll be talking about that. Now, it's got to be before the 23rd because I go to the Philippines.
We can make that happen. So we'll have to get Ty's schedule as well. So.
Good. Okay.
Yeah, thought we
getting a brain on the show versus some like Neanderthal like myself. Okay.
Yes. No. But hey, always a pleasure. Thank you for allowing me to share the raffle coming on. I appreciate that. So yeah, Ty, it's always good to see you. I hope recovery goes well.
So far, so good. Knock on wood.
Knock on wood.
Okay. There's a lot.
All right, guys. Have a good show.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right. Yeah, it's better lighting. I got to come up with better lighting. So everybody, I'm in the process of redoing everything. As you can tell, the back area is kind of grown. Jackie says you're looking good, Ty. You know, that lipo.
Something must be going.
So, so in the process of redoing things, I need to get some stereos because what I'm using right now is a UE boom, but it works. But I gotta get some mug stuff. I'm having I've got a new monitor and it keeps going out. And I think really what boils down to is not enough power going to it. So I need to rewire because every now and then it goes completely out, goes white screen. I was talking to Rich, he goes, it sounds a lot like your power supply. And then when I took the plug out and plugged it directly into the wall, which I normally don't do, everything usually goes through a power strap or surge protector. But monitors are cheap. If I burn one of them, who cares? If the weather is good, I should be there fine. So for those who haven't done I got to respond to some people. So this weekend I'm doing the final episode or the final section of our Ponantucan series. So we've been doing a Ponantucan series. They're seminars. This is to prep everyone for black belt grading. Now, teaching the material was the easy part. The training is the other. So the goal is to have this all ready by 2025. We'll be doing our first black belt grading, official group grading in Ponantucan. Now, there might be a chance that there's some gradings prior to that if I'm places and certain people are ready. But we're going to do an official group test in 2025. And that's what we're gearing things up for. And hopefully what we'll be doing is at the Modern East Camp, our spring camp in May. Why? It'll be May next year because that'll be the 25th anniversary of our organization. And here's the big one. Who can tell me? Ty, what's the big one next year? I didn't prep them.
That's right.
I'm the big one, but that's another story. What's the big one? It says something to do with TNT. What birthdays is it?
Oh yeah, that's right. Next
Ty
year,
and I turned 60.
That's right.
Actually, Dean turned 62.
Oh,
Okay, 60 as well.
right. Well, we can give him an extra 2 years.
They give me 62. Yeah, then I'm not the old guy all the time.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, 60 in 2025. Yep.
Here we go. So, okay, here we go. So, yeah. So let me see. Tim, hoping your website gets running soon. Oh, okay. Because you want to know about merchandise. I was like, I got websites. Okay. And then Jackie, renew her contact lenses. LOL. Good to see you back. Okay. And then Sam's turning 50 that year. We have a whole bunch of birthday parties. Spring chickens. There we go. Hey, listen, 60 is the new
30.
I was going to say the new 59, but
there you go. That's right.
Do over. Eric, brother. And listen, so with the Pontoon, if this is something you all want to hop on and you've done one or two, or you missed a few or haven't done any of them, hop on this one. If you like it, you can order all the courses. Plus, I can send you the PDF of the syllabus. Now, this has been written based on people that have trained with us, so it's based on people having an understanding of Praesis Arnis. So there's probably going to be a couple clarifications. Like currently, there is a stick boxing element of this. And we didn't go over the angles of attack officially in the curriculum because we're writing it for us who've already done it, because we do this as an enrichment program. So there'll be some minor manipulations of some things where I'll give it.
I would say people could jump in anyway, though. Remember, we've had people.
No. I'm just talking about the written layout. So
the written layout, yeah. But I mean, if you're jumping in, you'll be able to follow along, yeah.
Yeah, but anyone can. And actually, the good thing about our program, I've had people drop in at different levels, and they've been able to follow really.
And they had fun.
Yeah, and this one is different than the others.
Yep.
Because we're finishing 4 and doing all of 5, and we're not stopping until we're done. So I've scheduled this for 2.5 hours on our clock. I put 3 hours in the invite. In 3 hours, we'll have this thing done. There's a big Hubud section, and that's going to, once we get the Hubud going, the inserts will be easy. And I'm not going to dial too deep, because at the end of the day, you'll have a digital copy of everything that we do, and you'll need to do your own work. So I'm looking forward to the finale. There we go. Yes. Okay, so today's show is TNT back in action together, and
mostly back in action.
Well, it's a different type of action.
There you go.
Well, you got a hip. I'm working on my leg and my shoulder.
Yep.
So this show's about whatever, and come up with some topics while we're doing it. And, I might have a rant. I had a good seminar this weekend at Dominic's, and then I was talking on the way home, because I, usually try to do that. If I've got a long hit on the throughway where I don't need GPS, I'll do a Datu's Corner on the road. The Modern East Road, where doing his thing. And glad Eric's saying, glad to see you, PG Ty. You're looking no worse for wear. Right there. Boom. So we can always get something like that going there. So I'm going to talk about something a little today, and I think I know one of the topics I want to do. McDojos in what we do, and we know that there's McDojos out there in FMA. There's McDojos in every yard, and I think that when in some cases when you have McDojos, it could actually be a good sign, because it shows that the art's growing big enough to have McDojos. And and we have to understand the difference of, I think, because like there's that McDojo life that takes shots at things. I think they got it wrong. McDojo, to me, are not charlatans. That's a different story. McDojos are you go for your black belt and you can supersize for second or third degree. But I wouldn't say that too loud because we've done that with people who've taken a long time to train for their belt and they were passed up for opportunities because life got them in different directions. But to me, a McDojo has always been initially is people who have very, very low standards. You know, but there's also martial arts charlatans out there. But that's something I wouldn't mind. I don't want to say the charlatans. I think it's easy to umbrella everything under McDojo, but we need to understand the difference of the two.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I'm gonna look something up. So tell us how your hip replacement was coming.
I was knocked out. I don't know.
No, I mean, how are you feeling? You know,
pretty good actually. I mean, of course, I have you walk the same day, and of course, the next day. This is faster than last time. I was on a cane already by the next day. I think last time I took like a couple weeks to get off the walker.
Excellent.
Yeah, it was crazy. In fact, I had to make myself use it because I was walking so easily. Now it's settled back down to where it should be, but it might have been, just one of those things. But no, the funny thing is evidently right after surgery, they have you get up and do things and do some first round of PT and that kind of good stuff. I don't remember that at all. And I was talking to the guy and going up steps, walking down the hall. I don't remember that at all. That's the very first time under any sort of external forces that I've had a blackout. So that's funny. My wife was there, and of course, I don't remember anything of it. I was reading the report from the PT, and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I remember doing that. And evidently, I was even speaking Tagalog to the other guy. There was a nurse there who was, Filipino, and I was practicing, and they put up with me pretty well. Evidently, I don't remember. And then after that, I remember, and I'm fine. But this is complete blank. It was very funny, to me at least. But no, everything's going well. I walked around the neighborhood, even with the ice, very carefully. I avoided all the ice.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I just messaged Renee Thompson because we talked about him coming on the show.
Yes.
To promote the festival coming up. So I only have one colonoscopy so far. And so Janice is with me. Here's what I remember. I sat down on the table. He goes, turn on your side, business end towards me. Okay. And then he tells me, don't worry about farting or anything like that. Because evidently you're not out, but you may not have recollection of what happens, like you're telling me. Like they say, you're gonna be on narcotics. I'm like, what's the point if you don't remember it? I mean, I just think I say, oh man, I was completely out. Why? It was like blacking out when you're drunk. Then why did you do it? I mean, it's different if you're trying to forget. If you're drinking to forget or taking drugs to forget, that's one thing. But if it's supposed to be something good, like a sensation, why would you want to not feel it? But so I'm there. I go like, hey, I told Janice evidently like 3 or 4 times the clothes was on the gurney that I was sitting on underneath. There was on the bed. They put the clothes underneath there. And I told her like 3 or 4 times. Then I'm like, I want to get dressed, and we got to wait for the nurse to tell us so. So evidently, I double flipped her the bird, and then I couldn't pronounce my doctor's name, Caraga, so I said he should change his name, Caraga, whatever. And then the doctor said that I was perfect. Everything was, so like all the ride home, I was perfect. I was perfect. I still say it. I'm not under the. I'm not under the juice. I'm okay now. But he goes, yep. You kept telling me I was perfect all the way home. You know, Tim, that was a long 5-minute drive. I was hoping I wouldn't get any red lights in that. So hey, Ty, we're doing something new today. We are simulcasting on Instagram.
Yeah, I caught that when I was just coming on. Something about being on Instagram. That's a new power of the software.
It is a new thing.
Okay.
The power of the StreamYard, which is what we use for those who are interested. So I don't know what happens to the video when I sign off. I think it just disappears. I don't think it keeps it anywhere. I think it just kind of like goes in the ether after we're done. But people are watching. I'm getting updates on the left. PG. Oh, here we go. PG Ty, you're a legend, and we love you for it.
I don't see that
That's Quentin McMillan.
Oh, on the IG. Okay. Well, thank you. That's weird.
Let me
Leg end. Oh, it's because of the surgery. The leg end. That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That is fun. You were so pun.
I've been watching too much of this. There's an Australian or New Zealand group of dad jokes. I've been watching them too much as I'm recovering. And
You've
it's
got
just
like way too much time on your hands right now, don't you?
great. It's great. I've been printing out stuff. I got a new printer.
I'm looking at Quentin's profile.
Okay. Well, that's but thank you, whoever that was. I can't see it.
Following him
Mm-hmm.
is probably why he's seen mine. Okay. All right. Cool. We like checking things out. So how much time do you think you're going to need to get back on your feet? What are they? Any projections yet, or is it still
no projections yet? As far as doing that stuff, I did hear from the PT that this week I could probably be even without the cane if I wanted. But I'm going to get to the clinic PD because the other PT was at home. So the clinic PT will be Thursday. That'll be the first time I see my surgeon again after the surgery. So that's 2-week point. And then they'll probably give a feel for it. I know last time I was teaching at a seminar. I think it was at Renaissance or Smash.
Okay.
I'm not sure which. Cool. 3 months after the surgery. But
let's see. So I'm looking at the messages over there. So Quentin said, Quentin says good first. Then he said, I said hello all. Then he said, my friend. Oh, Tim Murray's on the line. That's good.
Oh,
and
Tim,
Quentin
nice.
says, well done. Okay. Send a donation, a link to donate. We'll get that going. See, we don't see these messages on Instagram, I don't think. Or
no, I'm not seeing them.
Yeah. So for those, if I haven't said anything on Instagram, it's a little different. Sorry. Then Quentin says, I feel 60 going on 30. Okay.
There you go. I feel full 60 going on like 7 or 8, depending on the day.
And then Tim's kids, you must have heard my dogs. And then he practices. Sorry, guys. Okay. No problem. All right. So this show is about us getting back on the wagon,
Yep.
And then Mr. Hilt says hello.
Hey, Greg. How you doing?
And then right here, he was punishing.
That's how I roll.
That's how we roll. Very punny. So I'm writing some notes here while we're doing it. So taking it to the next level, I got one of these folders. It's a whiteboard.
Oh, okay.
So I can write things down in the middle instead of a paper pad of paper, where I would have to throw stuff out. This I can just try. Although I need to get this is fine. I got to get something a little thicker, but we're gonna do McDojo. That I came up with on the way home. So we had an interesting talk. So I went off. I said that I go, listen, here's the thing. So you understand where my perspective is, that I take the art very seriously. One of the reasons why is that because of my choices of life, I burnt through a lot of relationships because my dedication was to the art as a primary thing. So I wasn't. So when I said this, I've dated a lot of women in my life, and I'm like, and it didn't come out that, it doesn't. I'm like, and I made sure I said, I'm not trying to say I'm some like Rico Suave guy. I mean, hey, I'm 60 something. I'm coming up on 60 years old, and you'd have a lot of opportunities to meet people. But the thing is that martial arts has always been my primary thing. I didn't get married because I couldn't provide for a family. I couldn't provide to have a child. I could do a lot of things that I couldn't do because of my dedication to the craft. So when I see someone do something about the art, I do get a little twisted about that. Tim McMillan, kids say, sorry, guys. Okay. Oh, Quentin McMillan. That's Tim's son.
Okay. Awesome.
I get it now. Sorry, Quentin. Didn't
see, the IG has messed us all up. It shows how old we are.
Yeah, I have old timers happening all the time. So one of the things I talked about was some of these promotions, and my concern was, and I said, hey, listen, it doesn't really matter what people do in their organizations, right? Until it does. And the thing here is this. My concern was that people have been throwing paper out like there's no tomorrow to it, without testing, without demonstration, without nothing. And to be honest with you, my belief in some of these promotions are very McDojo-ish. And if it's happening in the Modern East world, it affects me because I'm in the Modern East world, and it affects the integrity and our reputation. So I'm going to say this, and this might sound bad, but I'm just trying to make a point. When I was coming up, the Modern East people out there made us look bad as Filipino martial artists. That being said, Remy didn't teach people to become Filipino martial artists. He taught them to become better martial artists. How to enhance your system, your training, your ability using Filipino concepts without compromising the integrity of that base system. But Ty and I taught this on multiple occasions, that some people only picked up the stick once a year when they saw Remy. So one of the questions I'm going to be putting out there in the future is here's the things I'd like to ask people. How many times did you actually see Remy in a year?
Mm-hmm.
Talk about students. How many black belts have you produced for Professor while he was alive? Mm-hmm. RPCs. Knowing that what is an RPC? Your students that passed Remy's test and got his seal approval. Not what he did after. I mean, it's important what we do after Remy's gone to continue on the legacy. But could you get the job done while he was with us? And some of the people that are handing out this rank promoted very little or produced very little or possibly zero black belts. Now, how many black belts did you produce when you were with Remy?
For Remy, three, yes. Well, one Dai Young and two multiple levels of Lacan each. So, yeah, okay. But three separate people. Mm-hmm.
Chad co-produced, I think, like 10 or 12 people down in Tulane. Mm-hmm. I think he co-produced. I think Brett and him together produced a
Brett Salafia, so everybody knows, right?
Brett Salafia, yeah.
Yep.
And McMillan says, "Y'all are awesome." So when I see, when I see promotions being done, like my thing is, I think testing is important. There we go. And Mr. Craig says hello. And listen, I've already vetted the material. I have every bit of faith in the material. So when I do a test for someone, it's about testing them to see if they rattle. We evaluate our people on a daily basis, but can they perform under pressure? And that's why it's important to do some kind of formal ceremony. I remember Rick Manglodong and I had a conversation. He goes, his daughter was an amazing martial artist, but couldn't pass a test to save her life because she would just rattle underneath that. So my question would be like, could she perform if someone jumped her? Now, maybe that's a different, maybe stage fright is different than performing, because I'm not saying that she couldn't do stuff in real life scenario, because it's a different type of pressure. So where are you at? What's going on? What can we do there? So that's why I like doing this, but that's a separate topic. I'd like to get on the show on that. Like I said, today's show, we're going to be talking about a couple things, the FMA, festival is going to be one of our shows. Because I talked to Grandmaster Tongson, and we were talking about a couple things, and he was translating for me for some people because the language doesn't always here's the problem. My Tagalog, I'm not bad at it. I'm not great at it. And then, unfortunately, some of the people's Tagalog, they're speaking Tagalog, their English are about as good as my Tagalog. So sometimes we need a little extra help on both sides. So, so let me see what else has happened since I announced that the World FMA Championships, we'll talk about it today, supposed to be this coming October, but I've had people ask me if I can move it to 2025. There's a lot of things that are happening. So right now, just so you know, in the Philippines, well, prior to COVID, a bunch of events were scheduled. COVID shut the country down. The resorts weren't going to give you a dime back, but they would credit you towards future events. Well, this is the year that these future events are going, and they're going to get in the way of our championships, which is why we're pushing it back 1 year. But let's say what's going on in February. There's the Praesis Legacy event, which is done in conjunction with the FMA festival. It leads into it. Pichi Borong has an event which ties in to a whole bunch of other. She's the point person, but a lot of other styles are going to be going to this. Then there's the FMA festival itself. Sometime, I think October, there's a Combatant camp over there. And then in July is the week half World Championships that'll be in Cebu. My plans are to be at that one as well. Now there is a U.S. Championship coming up. That's going to be, I think, in Glen Burnie. And I plan on being there because I support these things. Okay, what's that? Didn't work right. Okay. I'm looking for the text. So let me do Carlos Patalinghug, who's been on the show with us, is the U.S. director for WECAF. So this April, where'd it go? Here we go. U.S. Nationals. Okay. April 13th, 2024. That will be in Savannah Park or something like that. Maryland. I'll have to look at some things. Let's get the rules on all the divisions and stuff. What divisions are going to be happening? Let me see here. They're doing single stick, double stick, padded stick / knife, Bancao. Opening up with open and traditional forms. Whole bunch of events. 125 for 2 events, 10 for each additional event. Competition begins at 8:30. So that's going to be held in basically Glen Burnie, Maryland area, that around there. Highly advise going to it even if you just want to go and be a spectator. We want to support people in our industry whenever possible. Some people make it hard for us to support each other, but Carlos is a great guy. This is for a good cause. It gives the visibility of Filipino martial arts out there in the world, and that's what we need to do. So, we got nothing to talk about. So, anything pop up for you? So here we go. Could Ty come to the next seminar in Avon? You have to talk to Master Dominic about that to see first. I know he likes Ty, but I don't know if he likes Ty that way.
I've been to his place before. That was years and years and years ago.
He's got a new location now. Much
better.
Oh,
does he? Okay, yeah. Even I think I've been to the other one too.
Oh, look at that! By the way, I'm buying fluorescent green and yellow shirts for the Philippines. BG Ty is.
That's the way to go. Yep, that's the way to go.
So we did the FMA festival, or we did we did. What year was that? Was that 17 or 19? When we did the documentary. It's a vague
17. No, wait. Yeah, 17.
I'm gonna look this up. It'll only take me a moment.
Because it had Rich and
hey, Rich,
Evan.
If you're still here, let us know because you're pretty good at that. But I'm gonna look up.
It was my first trip, I think.
No. Maybe. Okay, let me do this. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, because we went up to. That's where you tested in the Philippines.
On Hinagaran.
At the
beach. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to call it Praesis Beach because that's where they
It was Price's Beach. Yep.
There you go.
Okay, I'm gonna say it was 17. Let me.
And Rich said 17 as well.
And I'm gonna say we're wrong.
Oh, 16.
Because 17 was the World Secret event. So I went 2 years in a row. So there's a good chance.
I think didn't
that
we have
went-
a gap of 3? So it was maybe 16 and 19.
Here we go. 2016 is when we went.
Okay. 16,
So we
17, whatever.
Yeah, we went 2016 as a team.
Okay.
I went back the following year for the International Secret Championship. And then I think we took 18 off. And we went in 19, and then we broke the place and they shut it down.
That's right.
Okay.
And I got my first new hip,
Yep.
which caused COVID. One of those two things caused COVID.
It was your hip.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, you crack that thing open, you never know what's going to come out.
Matt, it's not hard. It's just being. The hard thing is you need someone to be a solid, not a good partner, but just a solid partner, and you need to get access to the material.
Yep.
Now, we do have the Monterey University out there, and I can easily point people to it. But you definitely need a partner to go over things and stuff like that. Let me see. I'm just looking over on the Instagram page. Nothing majorly new over there. And see, now that's the new thing. I want to see if I can get like noises and stuff. I want to see if I get a soundboard and go wah, wah, or something. That'd be kind of cool to level this up. I mean,
then you'll be like that stock guy or that investing guy.
Yeah, when you wah, wah, wah,
right.
But when you come up, I'll show you the office. I'll show you the computer you helped me buy.
Did I not see it already? I thought maybe you hadn't had it. I can't remember.
Yeah, well, I don't think you haven't seen I don't think you've been in here, have you?
Thought so. Because I came out for Christmas, right?
I got this after Christmas or last minute.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, so I got a new monitor here. I got a big monitor and then a not so big monitor. See if I want to put it on a stand so I can go vertical instead of horizontal. Experiment with some things. See what's going on.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I like one monitor vertical and one monitor flat. I like that a lot at work, at least.
Okay. How do you test? Do you like that one?
Where?
In Modern. How do you guys test? So we got Jackie here. She runs her own program. Mm-hmm. We got Craig and Sam. I mean, listen, so our group, we are fairly similar because we have a model we go for. Jackie didn't come up in that environment with us because she was down in Texas. Mm-hmm. She's tested for us once, but we didn't bring her up the whole way, and she's tested for Mark. So Quentin wanted to know where the dogs are. Love them. Yeah, they're really not around. We don't talk about them. They're watching television. They actually, Tyr loves to watch TV, believe it or not. Mm-hmm. So what's the plan here for materially? Okay. FMA Tricks just signed in. Hello, how you doing?
Tricks, okay.
Yeah, it's FMA Tricks with an X 01. This is working pretty good with but there's definitely a delay over here because I'm watching here and I'm doing the pen thing here now. It's not over there. I think it's probably like 30 seconds to a minute behind. But I've been experimenting where now it's saying it right now. So it's probably about a 30-second delay. I've been experimenting. So I've been doing the Datu Chronicles in the meantime. Stuff that I just wanted to clear. There's been some misinformation out there, and I like to keep at the craft of doing this. So that's why I've been doing those shows. With some of the stuff, it just didn't involve you. I did the Datu thing again. What's the Datu?
I caught that.
And for those who didn't count that, so Janice, who most of you know who it is, did something very thoughtful and bought me a license plate, and it says Datu 1. It's a legitimate license plate for my Mustang, which is under like 12 feet of snow right now. Because we got 6 feet, and where'd it go piled up on top of my Mustang? Or I should say it's a 12-foot tall pile. 4 feet of that's my car. Maybe 5 feet of that's my car. So somebody decided to go off on me, and I don't care if someone takes a shot at me, but it was she did a thoughtful thing with a Christmas present, and some moron used that present as the device to go off on me for Datu. And of course, they never answered my questions. They asked me questions like, do you cook and eat Filipino food? I'm like, what does that have to do with being a leader? But yeah, I do. I love lumpia and all this other stuff. Do you speak Tagalog? Well, I do, although I'm not fluid, but I make sure I try to learn more, and I teach my students at least the commands, numbers, stuff of that nature. Do I have Filipino students? I have often. I've got some right now, but I don't have a lot because, well, wait for it. A lot of Filipinos don't do Filipino martial arts. Now, if you've been brought up in the Bay Area, you would think it's only Filipino martial arts. Filipinos do it. The Bay Area, Toronto, high concentration of Filipino communities. And in these programs, time and time again, the non-Filipinos are actually the minorities in the room. But you go to the rest of the world, that's not the case. You look in the States when Remy. Okay, so what do we figure? I did like 180 events with Remy, something like that.
Something like that.
See, 12 years. Oh, wait, no, 12 events a year minimum at 15 years. Yeah, 180. At least 180 events. I think I met like 10 Filipinos through all those years.
Right.
I mean, a lot of Filipinos don't even know that their own martial art exists. I mean, they know TikTok's event exists because you see them on there all the time. They love dancing. They love karaoke. They all want to be part of Jabberwocky. Ask Joe Coy. That's what makes his future or his comedy so funny. But they love basketball. And they say, well, that's racist saying all this stuff. No, this is a racial factor here. Okay. A lot of, I'm not, but Ty and I have been in the Philippines. Karate and Taekwondo are more popular than their own art. And in the school systems, it is taught as a sport. So they do their forms in fighting only as it pertains to competition, not the martial arts.
And PE, right?
Yeah. It's a PE course. So how do you win in sport? And actually, what was it? I sponsored the one girl. Can't think of her. Tanette got recruited by teams from different colleges, so she would be on their team for their school. But it was just how to fight or do traditional or creative forms, which to me it looked like they were creative forms, and then there were gymnastic forms. They're phenomenal competitors. But when I watch some of the stuff they're doing, I'm like, it's like I'm watching, wait for it, Mantis. It looks like I'm watching Wushu at times.
Well, I was thinking, was it the X martial arts or whatever, the X Games, that stuff? Yeah,
XMA.
XMA. Yeah.
XMA, that would be the term. But I mean, it looks just, when you're doing Wushu with your stick in your hand, and listen, they are very, very talented. Very, very talented. Just doesn't necessarily look like.
Well, I have 2 Filipino students myself right now, and I have a small group, so that's kind of odd. But remember, one of my recent black belts, she actually started in the Philippines, got a yellow rank, and moved away and stayed with me for years and years and years and years. And we got her up, and she did great on her black belt test, and I was able to do that for her, which was great. And she put in the work.
The thing here is we got to understand. It's going to sound weird. If we're in the States, Caucasians are the predominant race Filipinos are a minority, which means by definition, there's less numbers. So it's a much smaller percentile of the population. There's 400 families in Buffalo that has a metropolitan area of around 1 million people. That's not a lot of people.
No.
So let's say a family of 4, just as a generic number. So that's 1,600 people out of a 1 million area. What's the percentile? So of course, yeah, when people are coming at me, I'm like, of course I'm not going to have a lot of Filipinos. But I had Filipinos come to me because their parents wanted them to learn something cultural. And I have other Filipinos who have come to me because they know how good their martial arts are, and they came to me to teach it to them. But to me, I think it's important that we get Filipinos as caretakers of their own art.
Yep.
This is what Remy was upset about. This he loved his students, and if you look at the will, there was one Filipino that was a resident in the Philippines, Roland Dantes. There's Shashir Nakalo, who is more or less in Canada or Florida or whatever. David Nung and Roland Rivera, which are American Filipinos. The rest were non-Pinoy. 2 were from Germany. The rest were here in the U.S., maybe Canada. And I don't know if they were all Caucasian or a combination thereof, but they weren't Pinoy. And it wasn't Remy's family either. He didn't will the art to his kids. He didn't will the art to his brothers or sisters. He willed it to us. So, and I was one of the people to be one of the successors. But I think it's important. I mean, Remy asked me to teach his son, but everything went sideways. So Joseph, the youngest, when he was born, Remy had asked me if something happens to him, he wanted me to teach him. Then he also said, Tim, I was going to name him Tim, but there's too many of you guys. I thought that was I think he was just, blowing smoke my way. But, I appreciated the effort. I loved Remy, so maybe 1.6%. I don't know. I don't even know if Filipinos are even rate that high. I don't know.
I don't think so.
And then we go Datu and Ty. There's Chris Davison, otherwise known as Kaiju.
Nice.
Kaiju Custom.
Lots of the same names. Good. So this is good.
Yeah, no. We've been doing some good.
Haven't lost anybody. Everybody's made it through the holidays. It's good.
Yeah, everyone made it through the holidays. Thank goodness.
Yep.
Over here, no new posts over here on
Instagram.
Okay. This is good. I like the fact that it's a new platform we can do stuff on.
Sure. Well, and Instagram's got a lot of legs when little blurbs come out.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think people stay on Instagram long watching people. But, the thing is, they now know they can go watch it on YouTube because we'll have this is being uploaded. So you can watch probably by tomorrow afternoon. You'll be able to watch it, or you watch it on our Facebook. But for those who don't do Facebook, so a lot of people will not touch Facebook. This is great. So at least you can catch it there. Then if they hear word that we're on YouTube as well, then they can watch the rebroadcast at their pleasure, or not a rebroadcast, but then they can watch it at their leisure as once it gets officially processed. I changed the intro because I kept getting notifications that was copyrighted music. Now I pay for it through Canva. There's something I got to do, but I just haven't had. So last 3 months, I've been home 2 weekends. And then for those who didn't know, I got 76 inches of snow before I left town the other day. That's 6 foot. That's 6'4". No, 5'4". No, 6'4".
76.
Almost 2 meters of snow.
Yeah, 6'4".
Okay, almost 2 meters. Now, of course, I had one of the Germans at one time saying, "If it's so tall, how come I can see your car?" Well, when you get 12 inches of water of rain, it's not 12 inches above the ground. It gets sucked into the drains. The water gets absorbed into the ground.
Compresses, yeah.
So snow it measures how much is actually fallen, not how much is prevented from being melted or compressed, because you keep, as it weighs. Actually, it's great because like yesterday when I got home yesterday when I got home yesterday, I'm rolling in and the snow must have compressed because it was much further down.
Yeah,
probably shrunk about 1.5 feet.
we almost had the same amount. We had like 8 inches in 3 days.
It's amazing. Amazing. See, it's probably the same because ours would compress down to 8 inches.
That's right.
Had 8 inches, so.
That's right.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
But they were not prepared. I don't know what happened. In previous years, they've been much more prepared. They put stuff down. This time,
my grenade here.
They didn't even plan.
I'm going to throw my grenade.
There you go.
My
Coca-Cola. Is that the old Coke bottle, or no? That's an ornament.
This is a Coke bottle.
Okay, yeah, I used to have.
But they did a Star Wars theme one.
Okay.
So I was not had any intentions on getting any Funko Pops. But somebody bought me something.
Uh-oh.
That's from Rita.
Yep. It's a small pin.
Yeah. And then I started getting Funko Pops. Well, no, actually what I did is I got a Funko Pop TARDIS because I like Star Wars. And they had a TARDIS, so in the corner where I got some stuff, I got some oil bottles. I've got some Funko Pops over there for the Mandalorian, Boba Fett, Grogu. I got some other things going on. I've got my let me see if I can do it from here. Can I do it from here? I don't know. Logi. Okay, here, I'll open this up. I may not be able to do anything. Hopefully I don't break anything. I usually want to do it there. Baby Yoda! And then here he goes. Datu cleared all the snow by spinning back kicks. Yeah. That was the last time I did one in a tournament. Okay. Have either of you guys read the book? Nope. I don't read. I'm dyslexic. So let me see here. Did that change it? No, it's not. Okay. Yeah, it's not working. So Logi is the software for my my camera. Logitech. Logi.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let me see here. I don't know. See, I can't really do much with my camera. Like I can change resolution. I could try this. No, that doesn't work at all. That was a bad move. I can do mirror. But now everything is backwards over there. Well, the part of the problem is you're in the picture.
There you go. Yeah.
So let me see here. Yeah, you still can't see it. So that air pump that's back there, that is a wooden air pump. It's a fake air pump. It's a faux pump. Although the gas pump behind me, it's a repop, but it's a real one. Well, like a little, and those are real M&Ms in the gumball machine back there. So that is.
I guess I know what I'm gonna crack into when I.
You need a quarter.
Okay.
But it's cheap. It was calibrated. Like I go to put a quarter in there, and 3 come out.
Okay.
But I get to keep the quarters, so I put more. I got another 3.
Right. I can print up a bunch of quarters.
Oh. Did I show you the money I have now? Did you see all the?
Oh yeah, no. Somebody's mentioned money. I figured there was something that was flashing.
Yeah, so that I got.
Nice.
I got the Benjamins.
Pretty. No, I remember on my grandfather's farm, he actually had one of those old timey. It wasn't obviously in pristine shape like that, but on his farm, gas pumps for his farm equipment. That was kind of cool.
Yeah. The TARDIS is not Star Wars. I know it's Doctor Who. I mean, Star Wars, I mean, Spock and Kirk were amazing in Star Wars.
That's right. And the hologram captain. Yeah.
George, how you doing, brother?
Hey, George, long time no see.
George has been tearing it up, throwing
Has he?
axes at people. I'm sorry, at targets. Him and his wife
Okay.
compete in axe throwing. I wish I'd love to join him, but unfortunately,
Nice.
my weekends are pretty shot weeknights.
That'd be a lot of fun. I've never done that.
Minted, yep. And then Ghost. What did Ghost have to say? My gas is
You don't want to know.
me different gas. And then Trollolo. So yeah, so I think that's a good one. We got I'm waiting to hear from Renee Tungsten. That'll be good for the FMA festival.
So are you thinking of a guest for next Monday, or are we thinking of a topic, or what are we thinking?
Well, okay, so here's the three. I think this is for next week. I'm going to wait to hear from Punong Renee.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to pull the trigger until Friday. So we can talk about McDojos.
Mm-hmm.
We can talk about the FMA festival, which would be with Grandmaster Renee. We can talk about how do you do your tests? How do you test your people?
I like that one. I like
what's
that one
the
a lot.
curriculum?
I like that one a lot.
And then how? Well, so that's the one. Unless we come up with a better idea. So here's the thing: Renee Tungsten is on standby. I don't want to say standby. He goes to the front of the line. He has the guest pass when he shows up. So we've done that before.
He's on.
Did I tell you that Bill Barker
yeah,
said hello? Yeah. Did we say hello to Bill Barker?
Oh, I didn't see him. Where was that?
He's right there. Bill Barker.
No. Oh, yeah, I didn't see him.
I saw it. I was clicking on all these ones. So
hey, Bill, how you doing?
Buffalo Niagara Martial Arts Festival is coming soon. That's an event coming in March. We'll talk about that. We can have an outing next time. The team is in town. Yep. I have an indoor range at my house. There we go. And then Rich says hello to Bill. I used to have targets in the backyard. It was just like a tabletop I made, and then we just threw axes at it. And then Rich says hello to George as well. That's good. Good. So here's what we'll do. We'll have on deck in a holding pattern. How do we do our tests? Now, we don't have to talk necessarily about curriculum specifically. Because personally, okay. And someone who's said everything about curriculum all the time, you have to have curriculum, blah, 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 blah. This might sound a little weird because we've never dived deep because we're talking about other topics. Really doesn't matter. Like what order we do things in. I mean, there are some things that I feel that are better order, but if you're doing a rotating curriculum, using forms as the example because it is something that is tangible. So if we have kata A, B, and C, they're usually done A, B, and C. And if this is what you need to get out of your basic level course to intermediate, you're in the first, okay, let's say every 3 months you learn a new kata. So we're talking like saying kata-centric systems. So if it takes you 3 months because you're going to do the form and you're going to do some form of application with that, say, all right, so that's the first 3 months, January, February, March. All right, everyone passes, they go up a level. Now you're in phase 2. Okay, unfortunately, you got a new person. So what do? They don't do phase 1, they do phase 2 with everyone else. When everyone passes that course, they all level up to their next level, which means if you were a yellow belt, you'd go to orange if that's the next belt in your system. But if you're a white belt, you'd only go up to a yellow. And then what happens, you hit phase 3, a new person rolls in. So that person goes up 1 to yellow. The other person, the yellow goes up to orange. The orange people go to blue. And then you start the rotation over for those who haven't done all 3 courses. And you just keep rotating back and forth. You can easily do that with our Filipino martial arts. Obviously, there is core material that that a beginner needs to know. They need to know some form of angles of attack, or at least the partial angles of attack, because we're swinging sticks at each other. And most likely, if we're talking Filipino martial arts as the common Filipino martial arts systems. And Taz, Guru Taz, good evening, Datu and PG. How are you doing? Oh, you know what? That's Talus.
Oh, that's Talus. Okay. Hey.
By the way, he's coming to the instructor development camp in the spring or in the fall.
Nice. Perfect. Great.
Excellent. We're looking forward to that one. I can be available if you want a third co-host. There
Nice.
we go. There we go.
Always good.
I got a funny story about him to tell you afterwards. It's not a story about him, but he had a funny story about somebody else.
Okay.
Did I tell you the story?
I don't know.
Long story short, we mentioned that he mentioned that there was a story about somebody, but he didn't tell the story. But the person's name came up. Lo and behold, 2 days later, he gets a message from that person. We'll talk about it offline.
Okay.
Look at that. It was so nice. I didn't mention his name. Bring the giant to who's the giant? We got so many giants to pull.
Talus.
Okay, yes. Oh yeah. And then that reminds me of martial arts systems that 32 katas before first degree black belt. Okay. Actually, that your kung fu didn't have like 32 katas before first degree.
I think we had 24, but whatever.
Okay. Oh, you went out. No, I got no camera.
Are
you still
there?
there?
I don't know what happened. I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can see a black dot as you.
That's weird. The camera looks like it's on and everything.
Hold on. And Instagram is doing the same thing. I see you over there the same way. Let me do this. I'm going to remove you and bring you back in. Yeah, that didn't help anything. Maybe you should end your call and come back in.
Let me see if I can find it anyway.
Okay. But your voice is still there, so that's all that matters.
Nobody needs to see this.
No, you've been cancel cultured. Okay. Nope.
That's right. Where did that is weird. Because I did move my foot around, so maybe I knocked something.
Okay.
Let me
in the meantime, Chris Nally says hello to us.
Hey Chris.
We love you, Chris. Kaju looks the same to me.
Yeah, that's right, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Rich, Ty, you mean I'm no longer the giant? Actually, Tal's is pretty damn tall. And actually, I lost Ty completely. I'll wait I'll make my comment. Meantime, I'll just shuffle money out there. I give these to some of our guests. If you're like, what the heck's he going to do with that money? It doesn't spend at the casino. That's funny. I give out poker chips sometimes as like a little token of the event, a little swag, little souvenir. And I wasn't able to do one. Oh, I see you. Hold on. Wow.
That's really weird. I didn't even root. I just plugged and unplugged everything, and then I really got kicked off, and then I just closed the window and opened a new one. Weird.
Okay. I know who he's talking about now, but your audio is different.
My audio is different? Okay, let me see.
So the giant is not Rich. It's not Talus. It's Phil, who was the congressman's aide who showed up. 6'9".
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And now your audio is better.
Okay.
Yes. And he would look down at both Rich and Talus.
All right. Good.
Because Ryan's brother, Tyler, was getting food, and I was talking to Phil, and Tyler looks. He's got a plate of food. He's boom, and Janice is watching him. He's like looking down, and he looks. Like, he's bigger than me.
Nice.
So, and then
hey, with my new hip, I might have gotten a whole couple millimeters taller.
Okay, maybe your new hip is magnetic.
Some magic, maybe.
Okay, Kaju, my money would be on Talus. Okay, yeah, because Talus would know better. Clapping hands.
He would be there. Okay.
He would be the giant. Yep.
Yep. Rich is another person I need to see again pretty soon.
Oh, we got Rich coming in. It's next year, not this year.
Mm.
With Rich coming in, we're doing a Blintwalk immersion camp.
Nice.
So I got a Blintwalk immersion weekend coming up next month.
Yep.
It's sold out.
Yep. I was hoping to make that, but they didn't get my surgery scheduled in time.
It is officially sold out.
Yep.
That being said, we are going to do a 2-hour session that'll be open to the public, which of the version, but
even me?
What?
Even me?
Even you. And if people are interested in doing their own, basically what I do is 4 people, up to 4 people. They come out, they train, they stay the week. It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They stay at the house with me. Still got to do your own food, got to do your own transportation. Getting to the town. I mean, I'll pick you up at the airport. You can just hang with me, Usually what the guys do is they're like, with me driving and putting them at the house, I try to reach for my wallet, but everyone's like, put your wallet away. Your money's no good. I'm like, okay, whatever. Obviously if only one person came out, I wouldn't do that to them. But basically it's what was it for the weekend? I will look this up right now because I do not know. I don't know. And I've got more people signed up for the I have a lot of people sign up for this weekend coming up.
Good. Good.
I got to do a refund there. Roger was supposed to stop up, and unfortunately, RJ, and then unfortunately he got a flat tire.
Hmm.
So the weekend, the Blintwalk weekend. Let me see. Go here. The immersion weekend was not listed. What the hell? Oh, because it's no longer available. I have to look it up another way because it's sold out. Dang software. It's $4.99. So, but that would include staying at the house, which obviously we know that in itself is worth the money when you figure out hotel fees and stuff like that. That's got to be in Chicago. Got it. Okay, so let me get back into here. I'm just going to try to make it out in April. That'd be great.
Yep, that'll be good.
Is Master Dominic moving through your martial? Yeah. I think he uses my seminars as an enrichment program to do some stuff. I'm trying to get him out here. So Master Dominic, who's taught at our camp, and will be doing some other events with us. He is certified. He started his own business. He was one of the first people certified through Alice. Alice was the active shooter program that the FBI modeled their active shooter program off of. So he was one of the people for Alice. Another corporation bought him out, and he just went a different direction. It wasn't going the same way he wanted. So he has his own company that does that. He's actually come to Buffalo and taught for one of our hospitals here. So I'm actually, as a Chamber of Commerce member and the vice president, I'm actually bringing it to the board to see if they feel that this would be a beneficial service that we have, and I was like, it's a service that I don't offer, but here's a person who I know and trust who's come to Buffalo. He also has a law enforcement background. So he's not a martial artist who took a weekend course in active shooter and now is certified to do stuff, which I think is ridiculous. But someone actually put the time and effort in, has law enforcement background, very passionate, and has been doing martial arts for decades. So he's got the best of both worlds. And it's good. Your money is no good. You're using play money. Is that why? Is that why they won't take this? That
would do it.
You know where this would work? This would work in Canada. There was a delay on that one. All right. So next week we'll definitely do how to test. That'll be fun. But unless, and we've done this before, there's certain people that if they get on the show, we put them on the show because that's all there's going on. How long have we been doing this today? I don't even. This is completely different. Oh, there it is. Almost an hour and a half. Wow, hour and a half of talking about nothing.
That's and say hi to everyone again. That's it. It's good.
Get the things going. I said the look is similar. I didn't change the intro much. Change the music, and I need to update some things here and there. We should probably update our photos just to do something a little different. Just because we got to just do it. I don't know what else is going on. What else does anyone? Is there any suggestions from people what we'd like to see?
Oh, that'd be good. Yeah, chime in. That's some of the best shows when people do that.
We'll talk about the FMA World Championships. I know that one. FMA Worlds. You know what I'd like to do is do a show about the modern release organizations in the States, where they're known. What surprised me, the IMAF has actually been making a big push lately on Instagram.
Okay.
I've been very I'm very critical. I have a high level of expectation. And I get upset when people, they don't have to do it my way. They got to do stuff because I think the more public we are, the more chances the art's going to survive. We cannot rely on this generation of people. We have to have it for future generations. And I will say that I am impressed with the initial increase of the IMAF people putting out stuff there on Instagram. Brian Johns has always been doing stuff. Not a fan, but at least he's doing stuff. I think he could do a better job on some things. I'm not going to get into technique. I think the structure could be just better, and whatever. But there's been like 2 or 3 other groups out there that started putting stuff up and promoting upcoming events, and I think that's really good. I don't know what the reach is. I really don't care what the reach is. What I care about is they're doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And people are like, why the hell would you care if another group in your art is doing stuff? Because the more people talking about it, the more attention we'll get, the more potential students we'll get, and it increases the chances of the art going forward. I mean, listen, why am I doing this stuff? Continuing to I make better money. Literally, I make better money staying home. No questions asked. I can do a virtual seminar. I can do a 2-hour seminar and make $2K staying home. But a lot of times I go on the road and I charge $2K. But my travel expenses come out of that money.
Right.
And it's time away from home. I can take 2 hours out of my weekend and do the, okay, let's call it 3. Half-hour prep ahead of time, half-hour breakdown afterwards. Don't have to leave my house. Sleep in the same bed in the morning and night. Okay, don't need, and much more profitable, let alone the more I'm home, the more I can nurture my students. And there's other courses I can offer my students. So I can definitely make a lot more money staying home. So am I on the road? Well, because I've made a commitment to this art and I would hate to see it die with us.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't say me. With us. Doesn't matter if I go first. If Ty ends up being the last person standing, and when he goes, the art goes, what's the sense? Mm-hmm. We need future and this has been all my thing, and I'm very passionate. And sometimes I don't always articulate. This is the whole thing too. Is I never care about what someone says. I care about the intent behind their words. Well, this person said this, okay, but what did they mean? And that's the important thing. And if you listen to what I talk about versus, well, I'm just going to take this sentence and take the rest of it out of context. I'm like, no, screw that. You know, I'm concerned about the art moving forward. That's why we have to do stuff. That's why I think a McDojo topic is important to some extent or another. Promotions versus production, you know, and how one affects all, you know. I mean, a rising tide raises all ships. So the more popular any one of us make the art, the better image that any one of us make the art. It helps everyone in the art. And it works the other way too. And I'm not talking about food fights and all this other stuff. What I'm talking about is doing something that compromises the integrity of the system, whether, you know, with crappy standards or people buying belts or giving out belts just to buying loyalty by handing out rank or umbrellaing rank and stuff of that nature, you know, giving out significant rank to people who haven't done material, who are not producing students. These are the kind of things that could affect all of us, you know. And these are the types of things I think would be a good topic that we can get into, which I think would be a good follow-up to how do you test your people? And this could be a nice interaction where it's Q&A and say, hey, guys, what do you do? Like, you know, take us through it. And maybe a couple people would want to hop on for a couple minutes. You know, because we even give suggestions. Like one of the things, like, Ty knows the answer. This is an easy one. What's the first thing we should always start with on a test? Like what piece of material is a good thing to start with on every test?
Trapping hands.
That and or what? What's the stick version?
Sidwallies.
These two should be the two of the first things you learn in the system.
Mm-hmm.
And it should be the gimme on every test. So you start off with Sidwallies because you know people can do it. I mean, I don't care if I'm going
for good tone too.
You know, I don't care if we're doing like 4th or 5th degree black belt testing. You know what I say? Show me single Sinwali. Mm-hmm. Okay, now do floor tap single. Now do mirror single. Now do all this. All right, show me trapping hands decadina. Standard 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom, boom. All right, now throw some inserts in there. Boom, boom, boom. It gets them flowing. It's no different than shadow boxing. Gets us something that they're kind of familiar. Actually, shadow boxing, a lot of people aren't familiar with that, but you know, but it's just your basic. Hey, let's get moving. Let's get the blood flowing, sweat going, and the smell of rattan in the air. I love the smell of rattan in the morning.
Yep.
Absolutely. Got to do the work. Datu equals road warrior. Raises all boats. Yes. Belt material behind the belts. Whites, belts, the 4th degree black belt. Yeah, we can go through that. The belts and the material behind it. We've actually talked a little about it. Art within your art type thing. I'm reading these backwards too, so let's go back to here. Maybe more local school owners to incorporate your system into theirs. That would be a really good thing, but we have to talk about that. I've talked to some people. I had to start with somebody, you know, their kaiju, but COVID happened and derailed that. But you know someone that I know, Rob Guida teaches in his system. Rob's all banged up at the moment. His back's really a military related incident, and it's just aggravating the hell out of him. You know, it sucks. He's had to drop out of our day class because his back is so messed up.
No good.
So hopefully he'll get back to it in the future. All right. I don't think there's anything else we need to really talk about here for this one. I think what we'll do is every show, let's just ask for topics, some suggestions. So
and good to see everybody in 2024 now.
There we go. I took notes. It's sloppy, but I took notes. I need a different pen. This is really
there'll be a quiz later, right?
There'll be a quiz. Yes, I took notes, and there will be a quiz. So let me see if Punong Rene has not seen the post. It's morning there, and he's got a lot of meetings and stuff of that nature. So that may not go quite the way we want it this time, but that's okay. And then of course we had Guru Dean on. That was good, always having him.
Yeah.
He I was like, hey, how would you like to come on real quick there?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. It was a nice surprise.
He goes, I know 5 school owners that would who use your stuff. Yep. And why are you gonna shave your head, Datu? No, I'm not gonna shave my head.
All
No
the cool
interest.
people do.
Well, I want to, yeah. It's Buffalo. I need this insulation.
It's true. I have to put on my hair every time I go outside, and it's not even nearly as cold.
Yeah. So I think that's about it. Of course, you and I are gonna debrief afterwards as usual. But that's it. Think about 20 people online right now with us. Let me see where all these people are at the moment. So we have 0 from Horizon. We have 7 from Tim Hartman. We have 7 from Tim Hartman, 6 from Tim Hartman on YouTube, 5 from Datu Hartman on YouTube, 2 on FMA Talk. Okay. I'm going to start dialing back some of the stuff where I post. I think I'm going to start getting rid of Datu Hartman Facebook for posting. I think I want to do maybe just my personal page.
Mm.
And then the FMA Talks, because it's on the FMA Talks. So we're doing me, the World Modern East Alliance, both FMA Talks, both YouTube channels. Oh, I even got it on the school YouTube channel. And then I've got it on Instagram. So we got a whole bunch of people who've there are quite a few people who've put their eyes on this post, whether or not they're actually watching.
Mm. Yeah.
But it's definitely brought more attention to it. Yeah, I started doing some other things there. I'm trying to get the social media things going better because it's just it's easy to fall off the wagon and stuff. What the heck was that?
Yep.
So easy to get distracted.
Yep. In fact, actually, I was setting up to be ready to hear, and then I got distracted doing something, sending something off to my folks, and then ran an errand, and next thing I know, I was a couple minutes late.
There we go.
Easy to get distracted. But yeah, so we got to get back on the wagon here, which I think we are, and it seems like everybody else is too. So they're joining us. So that's great.
Yes. All right. He goes, I'm watching. He'll stalks us. All right. Well, listen, I think this is a good start. Oh, Bernard.
Oh, hey, how you doing, sir?
There we go. Good doing what you're doing. Cool. Thank you, sir. Not much watching, but I'm listening. Okay. All right, that's cool.
All good, Danny. Can't wait to see you again. I think I'm coming to fall PTI camp. Can't really make the spring one, especially with my hip. But
fall being the one down in Louisiana?
No, the New York one, I guess.
There's a fall one in New York?
That summer. Whatever. Fall, summer, one of those things.
Summer.
Yeah, I don't know. Not now. And not spring.
Well, he's got his in. Wait, hold on and see if I got the calendar.
March or April, which is too soon, I think, for me.
That is in March.
Yeah.
I've got it on my calendar. That being said, it is the month. So I go to the Philippines. I fly home for a day.
Thanks,
I fly home. I have a day off to do laundry. And then I fly to Orlando the day after that.
Of course. Yep.
So we go for the
Road Warrior thing again.
The Maya convention. And then
nice.
Yeah, that's what
there you go.
March 20th.
So Danny shared the dates of this. Yeah, March 22, 23, 24 down there in LA, the other LA.
It is a plan to go attend. I'm not going to hold my breath, not guarantee, but it's definitely, I put it on my calendar so it's there. It might be too much. Actually, I know it's too much.
It's going to be pretty compressed.
Yeah.
But we do have to make it down there sometime, either separately, together, whatever, all that good stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot
of things. I know Chad wants to too.
Yeah. Oh my God. And then there's SMAF. And SMAF is the same weekend as Carlos's tournament.
What's that weekend?
That's the weekend of the 13th of April.
April I might be able to get around, but I have a couple things that are
Yeah.
up on the dance card.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, everybody. It is always a pleasure to do this, and I am so happy to be reunited with my cohort here. Any closing words, my friend?
I got nothing. It's a good. Oh, I'm glad you didn't do it last weekend, because I think I might have still had some of the surgery drugs in me.
And we chose this week to be the first week.
That's right.
For that specific reason. All right. Well, listen, everybody. It is always a pleasure. So everybody, stay safe and stay sane. Let me see what's going on. Everyone, hugs from Kaju, and then Danny, when you get back up.
Definitely. If I get out to East Texas, I'm definitely you're on the list of people I got to make sure that I don't forget to try to see if we can swing something.
All right, everybody. So please stay safe. And I got to take this off. I do half of what I'm supposed to do. Okay. Stay safe and stay sane, and we will see you all soon.
Take care.